Lines written in early spring by William Wordsworth, 1770 to 1850. I heard 1,000 blended notes while in a grove I sate reclined, in that sweet mood when pleasant thoughts bring sad thoughts to the mind. To her fair works did nature link the human soul that through me ran, and much it grieved my heart to think what man has made of man. Through primrose tufts in that green bower the periwinkle trailed its wreaths, and 'tis my faith that every flower enjoys the air it breathes. The birds around me hopped and played, their thoughts I cannot measure, but the least motion which they made, it seems a thrill of pleasure. The budding twigs spread out their fan to catch the breezy air, and I must think, do all I can, that there was pleasure there. If this belief from heaven be sent, if such be nature's holy plan, have I not reason to lament what man has made of man? And that's it. Okay, so this is William Wordsworth. I think he was from the Lake District, one of the greatest British poets. This poem was written with the French Revolution as a background, and I think probably what's happening in France and the mass killings are horrifying him as well. But the main theme of this poem is the beauty of nature, that man thinks he's above nature and has left nature and is now doing unnatural things. But in fact, we are still quite close. And I think here he's contemplating the beauty of nature, and he's using it as something to heal himself, to heal his worries or the things that make him sad. So, I heard 1,000 blended notes while in a grove I sate reclined. So here, let's see. I heard 1,000 blended notes. I think he's using this word heard, but I think he's talking about nature and this different mixture of different things, of the beauty of nature. Nature's got sounds, it's got colours, it's got shapes, it's got smells, it's got all sorts of beautiful things. And he's contemplating nature while in a grove. A grove is a little group of trees. I sate reclined, so reclined, lying down, and I think sate, to satiate, to fill myself. So I fill myself with the beauty of nature around me. In that sweet mood when pleasant thoughts bring sad thoughts to mind. So he's in a beautiful mood and he's happy and relaxed in nature and full of pleasant thoughts. But those in turn make him think about sadder things. He's in a contemplative mood. To her fair works did nature link the human soul that through me ran. So I, as a human, I'm part of nature. Nature is part of the human, and we need to act as nature does. And then he goes on to say, and much it grieved my heart to think what man has made of man. So man is part of nature, man is part of this beauty. And then I felt really upset to think how man has changed, how man is acting, how men treat their fellow men. And This is very true. It's very sad how we treat other people, and very clearly, this is not nature's intention. Through primrose tufts in that green bower, the periwinkle trailed its wreaths. So a tuft is a group of flowers or a group of plants, a group of grass. And the primrose is a pretty yellow flower. So this is spring, because the primroses, they're yellow and they come out in spring. Okay, the periwinkle, this is another flower. It's normally purple with 5 petals. Yeah, and it trailed its wreaths, so it's growing through the tufts of primrose because this plant trails along the ground. Yeah, so the periwinkle is finding its way through groups of primroses in that green bower. A bower is a comfortable place under a tree, yeah, or in the shade. So in that green heavenly place. And it is my faith that every flower enjoys the air it breathes. And I'm certain that every flower is enjoying this beautiful day, enjoying all of this beauty. And I think between this, it's asking, and does man enjoy the air he breathes? Well, we'll see. The birds around me hopped and played, their thoughts I cannot measure. So they're birds jumping and playing around, and I don't know what they're thinking, but they're probably just thinking about enjoying themselves. But the least motion which they made, it seemed a thrill of pleasure. So every time they moved, it seemed as if they were thrilled, they were really happy just to be playing around, enjoying the beauty of nature. And again, why can't man be like that? The budding twigs spread out their fan to catch the breezy air, and I must think, do all I can, that there was pleasure there. So the twigs are little pieces of wood and they are budding. A bud is a little piece that's growing out. And the twigs, the tips of the trees are growing out in a fan. And they catch the breeze. So there's this beautiful, cool summer breeze. Yeah? And I must think, do all I can, that there was pleasure there. So I must enjoy this. I must enjoy this nature. This is a place of pleasure. All of the plants, all of the animals, they're happy. They're enjoying just being alive. If this belief from heaven be sent, if such be nature's holy plan, have I not reason to lament what man has made of man? So if this belief in enjoying life, enjoying nature, enjoying being alive is something that has come from God, yeah, if this is the holy plan, God's plan for nature, then surely, certainly, I have a good reason to lament, to be sad about what humans are doing to each other. So eventually, although he's in this beautiful, calming place, he's still thinking about the horrific things that man does to man, what we do to each other. I quite like his use of if this be, if such be. This is very old-fashioned, but here's a present subjunctive, and I'm quite a fan of present subjunctives. Okay, so a really beautiful poem. I think mostly it's describing nature, how man is moving away from nature, or very often acts in unnatural ways, and how we need to enjoy just being alive. So enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Lines written in early spring by William Wordsworth.